Thane Dinger. Number 19, left fielder, Luke Taylor. And tonight's starting pitcher, number 6, Roy Jones. And the rest of the Lumberjacks, assistant coach Trey Marshall and head coach Brett Doré. We invite you now to stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what some proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to KWBJ Live Game of the Week. My name is Aaron Ortigo. I'm here with Chris Hunter, and we're on the campus of Patterson High School, where the Patterson High Lumberjacks are hosting the Franklin High Hornets in a non-district game and the final regular season game for 2023.
Well, Aaron, here's the situation. It is the last day of the season. The brackets will be released tomorrow. 24 teams make the playoffs in each division of the non-select side of the state. For the Franklin Hornets, they are ranked 25th in Division 4. So this is a playoff game for them already. If they don't win, they're done. So it's win and go home today for Patterson, for Franklin to even have a shot. Patterson, on the other hand, ranked 22nd in Division 3. So they might have a little breathing room. It could possibly lose this game and still make it, but it would probably be best for them to be treating it like a must-win situation. So essentially, this is a playoff game for both teams already. You're getting a little bonus playoff baseball here on the YouTube channel.
All right, tonight on the mound for the Lumberjacks is Jones, and his battery mate is Brylan Jennings. We have two Jennings on the Patterson starting lineup. Brylan is catching. First hitters for Franklin High Hornets, they're going to lead off with their shortstop, Alonzo Alexander. On deck will be the left fielder, Jalen Jackson. And in the hole, third baseman, Carl Madison. They'll all be followed by the catcher for the Hornets, Dakari Burden. And then the center fielder, Brock Mello. Jamari Washington is a DH. He DH for the right fielder, Chris Hines. And first baseman, Dalen Edwards. The eight-hole hitter is Kendra Yelling, the second baseman. And the starting pitcher for the Hornets is Tashawn Joseph. He bats in the 9 spot.
Franklin feels like they made a lot of improvement this year coming into this game. I'll tell you in a second. Coming in with an 8-11 record, and as we said, ranked 25th. So right here in playoff
Alonzo
contention. Only won 2
Alexander.
games all of last year. Feel like they could have done even better than that 8-11. They let a couple of games get away from them late. But feel like they are, with Coach Ryan Wade, on the upswing right now.
Okay, first pitch of the game from Roy Jones. He's going to hit Alexandria in the back. So they're going to start the game out with a hit by pitch. And they'll give him a runner on first base with no outs and bring to the plate the left fielder, Jylan Jackson. Beautiful afternoon for high school baseball. For the first time, we don't have a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing. Runner goes. He'll be in safe without a throw. Stolen base for Alexander. Chris, if I remember correctly, he's got 17 of those on the season.
Yeah, he's a guy that can flat out fly.
Okay, this fastball misses outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Jones checks the runner. Runner's going. Wanted to throw down to third. The batter standing in the. Oh, he's going to come home and score. The throw gets away from the third baseman. It was a little bit low and outside, but it gets away from the third baseman, Patty, and Alexander will score. So the Hornets put a run on the board without a hit. And really only one batter into the game. It's a 3-0 count. The pitch was a ball, so it's a 3-0 count to Jackson. This pitch high and inside for ball 4. So Jackson draws a walk on 4 pitches. That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, Carl Madison. This pitch up and inside, ball 1. So Jones still looking for the strike zone here early in the game. Up high again, ball 2, 2-0 to count. Standing on first base is Jylan Jackson. He's the Hornets' left fielder. Gets a short lead. This pitch catches fastball, catches the outside corner for a call, strike 1. So 2 balls and a strike.
And to be honest, Aaron, I think umpire may have given him a little help just trying to get Jones into the game a little bit because that looked outside to me.
This one's inside. That'll run the count, 3 balls and a strike. Alexander takes a short lead. Jones checks him. Alexander's going. Throw down to second. And Jackson goes in standing up. So that's the 3rd stolen base here in the top of the 1st. The pitch was a strike, so we've got a full count on Carl Madison, the 3rd baseman. And this catches the outside corner for a call, strike 3. So Madison goes down looking for the first out of the ball game. That'll bring to the plate the catcher, Dakari Burden.
7, Dakari Burden.
Burden bats with 1 out, 1 on, and 1 in. This pitch, fastball misses inside. Ball 1. Roy Jones on the mound for the Lumberjacks. This ground ball hit up the middle to short. Makes the catch over the first in time. Nice play by Dinger, the Lumberjacks shortstop. The runner does advance to third. So with 2 outs, that'll bring to the plate center fielder Brock Mello.
Now batting number 10, Brock Mello.
Runner on third with 2 outs for Mello. This pitch misses outside. Jennings chases the runner back to third.
And give credit to Dinger on that out for charging that slow grounder. Too many infielders like to just wait for the ball, and that can cost you infield hits sometimes.
There's a fastball for a call strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs and a runner on third. Swing and a miss for strike 2. This pitch just off the plate. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're 5 batters into the ball game, and that previous pitch was the first time someone's actually swung the bat. This pitch up and away, and it'll run the count full. This pitch up and out of the strike zone for ball 4. So Mello will draw a walk.
Now batting number
That'll
12.
put runners on the
Jamari
corners with
Washington.
2 outs. And that'll bring to the plate the DH, Jamari Washington. Washington bats for Chris Hines. Jones fakes the throw to third, pulls back. And they catch him. Good move. Mellow, a little bit too mellow there, and got caught off the base. That'll be 3 away. Hornets were able to pick up a run on no hits. In the bottom of the first inning, the Panthers will start off with center fielder Alex Haven. He'll be followed by the second baseman Landon Bernadou. Then comes up in the 3-hole is catcher Brylan Jennings. He'll be followed by the first baseman Josiah Jennings. Then right fielder Christian Bobbitt. Third baseman Carson Patty. And batting 7th is Thane Dinger, the shortstop. Luke Taylor is the left fielder, bats 8th. And in the 9th spot is the pitcher Roy Jones.
It's been a roller coaster ride of a season for Patterson, Aaron. At one point, they won 6 straight games. Looked like everything was going well, and then it got to about March 20th or so, and the wheels came off, and they lost 9 in a row. But they've turned it around. They've won their last 3. So, trying to make this 4 in a row and get into the playoffs on an upswing.
They've had streaks where they won a bunch in a row. I think earlier in the season they had a streak where they won like 5 or 6 in a row.
Right, they had 6 in a row, and then they lost 9 in a row.
Right, then lost 9 in a row, and then followed that with 3 wins. So finished the season on a 3-win, well, to this point, 3 wins. Tayshawn Jones is on the mound for the Hornets. I'm sorry, Tayshawn Joseph. Behind the plate is Burden.
And the scouting report from Coach Ryan Wade on Joseph can be summed up in one word: slow. He told us he's got some guys on the staff who throw fast. He's got some guys on the staff who throw slow. But the scouting report he gets on Patterson's hitting is that they struggle a little bit with guys that don't throw very hard. So he's going to take his chances with the slow pitcher here.
And that's not an uncommon situation in high school baseball. A lot of, especially aggressive hitting team, it gets a little too aggressive, and they see that slow pitch, and they want to hit it to the next town, and they don't make good contact, and they actually struggle at the plate. So Joseph is ready to start the bottom of the first. Coming to the plate, center fielder Alex Hayden. On deck is Landon Bernadou,
Number
the second
20,
baseman.
Center fielder Alex Haven.
Haven has had a spectacular season, hitting .441, on-base percentage up around .520 or so. 17 stolen bases. So he gets on base, and he's aggressive when he gets out there.
This pitch misses low and away. Ball 1. Again, misses outside, up and away. Ball 2, 2-0. This is a soft liner right up the middle. It's going to get through to center field. It comes up on it. It's mellow. It'll be in for a base hit for Haven. So our first hit of the game comes compliments of Alex Haven, the center fielder for the Lumberjacks.
Batting second.
That'll bring to the plate the second baseman, Landon Bernadue. Nobody out. Runner on first. Haven likes to steal. Let's see what kind of lead he's going to get. Joseph steps off the mound. Haven with a big lead. And he's going on the first pitch. Throw down. And not in time. He didn't make the catch. So Haven gets a stolen base. He stands on second base. The pitch was a ball, so it's ball 1. Of course, the downside of that slow pitcher you were talking about, Chris, is a good base stealer like Haven. He'll have a field day with that. Bernadue goes after the fastball, fouls it straight back into the net. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bernadue just a 274 hitter, but he has got an on-base percentage up around 585.
Wow.
So I tell you what, that's 2 guys right there. That's a couple of great 1-2 punch to lead off your order with. Guys that frequently get on base.
Goes after the fastball. It's popped up, out of play, straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs. This a little soft pop-up that's going to go all the way out to left field. Didn't look like it was going to go that far when he first hit it. But left fielder Jackson comes up, makes the play for the first out.
Number 9, catcher Brylan Jennings.
Yeah, off the bat, that looked like one that might drop in.
Yeah, I thought it was going to drop in between the left fielder and third baseman, but it carried all the way out to the left fielder. Making the catch was Jackson. At the plate is the catcher, Braylon Jennings.
And my apologies, it's Jennings that has the 585 on base percentage. He's a 446 hitter on the season with 25 RBIs. That's tied for the lead on the team.
This fastball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 on. Hornets lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first. This one popped up, right field. Right fielder drifts back, makes the catch. Out there is Chris Hines making the catch for the second out of the inning. With 2 outs, first baseman Josiah Jennings will come to the plate. He bats in the cleanup spot. His fastball misses outside. Seen a lot of fastballs here in the first inning, Chris. I don't really remember seeing a breaking ball yet. Swing and a miss for the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Josiah Jennings is a .297 hitter, has the only home run of the year for the Lumberjacks.
This hit off the end of the bat. Shortstop makes a good running catch and makes the play. That's Alexander for the Hornets for the 3rd out. So leadoff single goes to second on a stolen base, but didn't get any further than that as the next 3 hitters hit pop-ups for outs. All right, while we have a break here between the first and second inning, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, starting with GJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options from our curb to yours. G&J Curbside. Lafayette Electric, 1207 Greenwood Street in Morgan City, proud support of high school baseball in the Tri-City area. Conrad Industries, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all of our local teams good luck. Guaranteed Title, locally owned and operated, closing homes in St. Mary Parish and all of Louisiana for over 48 years. Let Mike, Janaea, and Stephanie help with all your closing needs. Guaranteed Title, close with us. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com, life well planned. Henry Bo LaGrange, the next senator for District 21. He will represent all of St. Mary Parish. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve on Brashear Avenue in Morgan City.
And we're going to have an early pitching change for Patterson. Roy Jones is out. Christian Bobet comes in. Is it Bobet or Bobet?
Bobet.
Bobet.
Bobet, who was the right fielder. And I'm not sure who went and took his place out there in right field.
That's Jones. Jones went to right.
Jones went to right. Okay.
Interesting move by Coach Brett Doré there. 1 inning, and let's go to the bullpen.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe that was the plan all along, or did this just come up?
Once again, this is a big game for both teams. Franklin ranked 25th in the power rankings in Division 4 with 24 going to the playoffs. So they have got to win this game if they're going to have a chance to move up to 24 and get into the playoffs. Patterson right now with a tenuous hold on a playoff position. They are 22nd in Division 3 with 24 going. So they might be able to sustain a loss, but we just don't know. And with this being the last day of the regular season, neither team in a position to give away a game.
Yep. All right, we're ready to start the top of the second. New pitcher, Bobet. Finishing up his warm-up pitches. First 3 hitters for the Hornets are going to be the DH, Jamari Washington. He was actually at bat when Mello got picked off of first base. So he'll start with a fresh, clean count. On deck, it'll be the first baseman, Dalen Edwards. And in the hole is second baseman, Kendra Yelling. Or it might be Kendra. I think it's Kendra Yelling. First pitch, fastball, outside corner, call strike 1. This one low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leading off the top of the second is Jamare Washington. This one just a little bit high for ball 2, 2-1. This foul straight back into the net. That'll even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This up high. That'll run the count full. 3-2 to Washington, who leads off the top of the second. This popped up down the third baseline, but foul, out of play. Count will stay full. Washington bats in the 6th hole. On deck is first baseman Dalen Edwards. This one he fouls off the handle, straight down in the dirt. Count stays full. So this will be his 3rd full count pitch. This one hopper back to Bobbitt. He flips over to first in time for the out. 1 away. So with 1 out, that'll bring to the plate first baseman Dalen Edwards.
Now batting number 23, first baseman Dalen Edwards.
Fastball low and away. 1 ball. This one just a little bit low. Another fastball. 2-0 to count. Jennings wants to call timeout and talk to his pitcher. Most of the time that has something to do with signals. Although all 3 pitchers that we've seen today, I think they've all thrown fastballs, only fastballs. So far, anyway.
Yep, steady dose of the old number 1.
Mm-hmm. That's when he chases.
There you go. There's an off-speed pitch.
Yep. That one broke a little bit. Edwards chased it, swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, same pitch, same result.
And
2-2.
Way ahead of it.
Yep. His fastball comes in low for ball 3. Full count. And Edwards gets hit. A breaking ball that didn't break. And Edwards gets hit with what would have been ball 4. That's got to be a bummer.
Go ahead, say it.
I know.
Now batting number 9.
I got it. It's, oh man, what a bummer. Get hit with ball 4. But that's what happened. And Edwards stands on first base with 1 out. At the plate is second baseman Kendra Yelling. This one bounces in front the plate for a ball 1. Swing and a miss. It's been his most effective pitch. He's got a little breaking ball that seems difficult for the Hornets to get a hold of. Comes again, another swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out and 1 on.
Yeah, and the most important thing is he's on target with it.
Right.
So they're swinging, and they're way ahead of it.
Runner's going, swing and a miss for strike 3. Runner will steal a base. That may have been a foul tip, I'm not certain. But in either case, Jennings caught it, so it's strike 3.
Now batting pitcher, number 19, Tayshawn Joseph.
That'll bring to the plate the 9-hole hitter, Tayshawn Joseph, the Hornets starting pitcher. This pitch gets away, going to throw down. And no, he didn't get it. Did not slide. They just made it very, very close. In fact, I thought he might have called him out, Chris, but he was safe. It's another stolen base.
Well, all I can figure there is that he missed the tag.
Yeah.
Because the ball was there in plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. So Edwards will stand on third base with 2 outs. This fouled straight back on top of the press box behind us. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. This gets away from Jennings. The runner's going to come home, and he will score. Again, did not slide, made it close. If he slides, it's not close, but he came in standing up and scored a run. So hit by pitch and scored. That's 2 batters for the Hornets that have been hit by a pitch and managed to score.
And that's just an interesting approach, because the tendency when you're fielding the ball to make the tag is to drop the tag down and go for the guy you think is going to be sliding in.
Yeah.
And the tag goes down and he's already there. Of course, you kind of slow down when you slide, but you're running full speed, you run right by the tag.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases are clean. 2 runs have scored so far in the game, 1 in each of the first 2 innings for the Hornets. This is a curveball that misses outside. That'll run the count full. Fastball misses low and away for ball 4. So Tayshawn Joseph, the number 9-hole hitter, draws a walk. Will go back to the top of the batting order. And the shortstop, Alonzo Alexander, will come to the plate. He's the other batter that got hit and also scored a run in the top of the first.
And we didn't get a chance to talk about his plate productivity. This is a 5-12 hitter stepping up here with 7 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run on the year, 20 RBIs. We don't have on-base percentage, but if he's hitting 512, I could easily think he's over 600.
Yeah, it would not be hard to believe that. Curveball catches that outside corner for a call strike 1. Runner goes. And second baseman wasn't covering. Now he's going to go to third. And he stands in at third base. The throw gets away from the second baseman into center field. And Joseph goes all the way to third base.
Well, just everybody kind of went to sleep there in the Lumberjack defense. He was more than halfway to second base before anybody yelled he's going.
I know. Alexander fouls this out straight back into the net. And that's an 0-2 count. Nothing in 2. Runner on third. 2 outs. His fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2 to count. And the pitch.
Oh,
Hits him on the top of the helmet. And that's why you wear the helmet. So for the second time tonight, Alexander is hit by a pitch. He'll stand on first with 2 outs and a runner on third. And I think we're going to have a pitching change because you got a ball player walking out with Coach Dore. And that's going to be number 22.
that is VJ Bird, a sophomore.
So Bird is going to come in to pitch. He'll be the third pitcher for the Lumberjacks. Sophomore.
We don't have any pitching stats for Patterson. And what we got? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say he's going to get his 8 warm-up tosses. And we'll wait for him to do that.
And we've got some interesting situations on the last day of the regular season. Of course, we told you the playoff implication of this game for both Patterson and Franklin. Another team sitting there right on the cusp is the Morgan City Tigers. They are ranked 24th right now out of 20. Well, not out of 24, but with 24 going to the playoffs in Division 2. They're holding on to the last seed right now. They're in Donaldsonville today. And honestly, I'm not sure how much help winning that game will be for them, because Donaldsonville is not having a good year.
Yeah.
I would think Morgan City's going to win it, and hopefully that just the win maybe kind of boosts them up a spot or two. But the most important thing is to hold on at least to that number 24.
Yeah, which means also if they don't win it, it'll bump them out almost certainly.
That's
So,
correct.
not that I think they will lose that game. I'm just to say that it's important that they...
And by the way, sitting at the top of Division 2, currently going into the last day, 2 division rivals, or 2 district rivals. Number 1 in the state right now is Assumption, and number 2 is Lutcher. And that could change. There's not much room, not much difference between the two of them. Assumption is in Houma this afternoon, taking on Vanderbilt Catholic, and that game will decide the district champion. But Lutcher is taking on Jules Sumner, a pretty good Division 3 team, and they're playing them in a doubleheader. So, even if Assumption wins, if Lutcher wins both those games, it might lift them to the number 1
Now
spot.
pitching for the Lumberjacks, number 22, VJ Bird.
Now, Bird came
Into the
in...
game, pinch
I
running,
guess,
third base.
I didn't see who came out of the game.
Number 4,
Is that Bobbitt that
Kalen
went
Kemp.
back to right field, or is that still Jones out there? I don't think that's Jones, huh?
Can't see the number from here.
Runner's going, and he did not get him. The throw was a little bit high, and he slid right under it. Did not get the tag down. Coach Dore does not agree.
Yeah, he wants an explanation on that.
Well, I couldn't argue with that umpire, to be honest. The throw's a little high. He just took off with the pitcher holding the ball. It may have been a planned thing, see if we can get a run down to get the run in, which didn't get the run down, but
And
did get the run in.
And that's exactly what it looked like. And Patterson looked like they were prepared for it. They just didn't execute on defense.
Yeah, if a little bit better throw and he gets the tag down, he would have had him out, but the throw was up high, and Alexander slid under the tag. That's a ball for ball 2-0. Is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a call. Strike one. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. At the plate is the left fielder, Jalen Jackson. He walked in the second inning. And this one, I believe, hit him. Yes, it did. It hit something. I knew it just tipped something.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
could
if
hear
it was him or the bat. And Jackson gets hit by a pitch. And he goes to first base.
Up to bat for the Hornets.
And
Number
that
8, Paul
is the
Madison.
4th hit batter for the Hornets. And we're still in the second inning. Swing and a miss for strike one. At the plate is Carl Madison, the third baseman. Madison struck out looking in the top of the first. He looks at call strike two.
Bird's got some decent velocity for a sophomore.
Curveball, swings and misses for strike three.
And that fell off the table.
Right, it sure did. So in the top of the first, the Hornets send 7 hitters to the plate. No hits, but they scored 2 runs to take a 3-0 lead. All right, thank a few more of our sponsors, starting with Pool Dues Sports Bar, not only Morgan City's #1 party spot, but your steak night hookup every Wednesday, 615 Brashear Avenue. St. Mary Golf and Country Club, always welcoming new membership and guest play. Call 384-8500 for membership information. Stazione's, get our Stazione app or order one of our mouth-watering po' boys online at StazioneDeli.com. Stazione's, are you hungry yet? Gregory O'Quinn, candidate for Clerk of Court in 2023, wishes all of our area teams the best of luck. Taco Bell in Morgan City and Bayou Vista, open late night, delivery through DoorDash. Wildflower Boutique, unique fashions at affordable prices. 702 Front Street, historic downtown Morgan City. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. Call 384-8335. Tayshawn Joseph will stay on the mound for the Hornets. First 3 hitters for the Lumberjacks will be the right fielder, Christian Bobbitt. So he actually stayed in the game, and we're going to say Jones came out. Here on deck will be third baseman Carson Patty, and in the hole is shortstop Thane Dinger.
Hope you've enjoyed our baseball coverage here on KWBJ Live YouTube this spring. We still owe you at least one more game. We had a rain out last week, and so kind of owe you one. It could come at the end of this week. Check our Facebook page, KWBJ TV 22 Facebook, for an announcement on what that will be. We are watching the softball playoffs right now. Could possibly pick up a second round softball game. First round is underway right now. Hanson was eliminated by Glenmore earlier in the weekend, but we've got 3 teams, Assumption, Assumption, Berwick, and Centerville, all in action right now. Central Catholic had a bye in the first round, so they'll play in the second round a little later in the week.
Okay, Jones completes his warm-up tosses, or rather Joseph, not Jones, but Joseph.
You want him to be Jones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now batting for the Lumberjacks, number 10, Christian Bobbitt.
Let's go, D. Hurry up, do it now.
There's a curveball that breaks and catches the outside corner for a call, strike one. This fastball misses low and away for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second. And the Hornets lead 3-0. This one up high, ball 2, 2-1. This hit off the end of the bat. It's going to get through between short and third. It'll be a single for Bobbitt. He goes to first base with the single, leading off the bottom of the second inning.
Batting next for the Lumberjacks, number 27, third baseman Carson Patty.
And now coming to the plate for the Lumberjacks is third baseman Carson Patty. Swing and a miss for strike one.
You know, we talked about lack of velocity being Joseph's calling card, but the key is you still got to hit the strike zone. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow you pitch. If you put the ball in the dirt, nobody's swinging. He's keeping the ball around the strike zone, and that's what makes it tempting to go after him.
Okay, goes after one on the outside portion. Fouls it straight back into the net. Nothing in 2 on Patty. This one misses low and away. Ball 1. Joseph steps off the mound. Bobbitt dives back to the bag. No throw.
Bobbitt has stolen 11 bases on the season, so he's one of the Lumberjacks' threats on the base paths.
Got us a big lead, and he's going. This hit up the middle is going to get through. And going to third. And he's safe. Oh, that was risky, but he got away with it.
It was, but had he not been running on the pitch, he had no chance to make that. He'd have been stuck at second.
But
Now batting shortstop.
the shortstop, Alexander, was able to knock it down, but he couldn't field it. I think it's a hit myself.
I would agree.
And that's the third hit of the ball game for the Lumberjacks. They have runners on the corners with no outs. And coming to the plate is the shortstop, Thane Dinger. He squares the bunt. He takes the pitch for a strike. And Patty goes to second base for the stolen base. Now the Jacks have runners on second and third with no outs. Dinger's looking at an 0-1 pitch. This one's up and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Decent hitter. Dinger's hitting .273, 11 RBI, so a chance to get a couple more here.
This popped up, straight back behind us. Not very far behind us, Chris. The count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I was keeping an eye on it.
Yeah. Okay, 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs with runners on second and third. Hornets leading 3-0. They've got 3 runs without a hit. Now, they have been hit. They've had 4 batters get hit by a pitch. This pitch misses outside, didn't miss by a whole lot.
However you can get on base.
Looked like Burden thought that might have been close enough for strike 3, but umpire did not agree. Runs the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. His fastball misses the outside corner, not by much.
That had to be
says
tough to
it was
lay off of.
outside. Full count. That's a tough pitch. Even if it's outside, it's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah, 2 strikes, you got to protect the plate.
This one's up and away, not close. Ball 4. So Dinger draws a walk to load the bases. That'll bring to the plate the 8-hole hitter, left fielder Luke Taylor. He'll bat with no outs and the bases full of Lumberjacks. Hornets bring the infielders in. Everybody up on the grass. Fastball in the dirt outside. Good block by the catcher, Burden. Blocked it with his chest. They're going to call that a strike. They're saying he went for it. Dore's asking for the appeal to the base umpire. He wants to appeal. I didn't see him go that far. I don't know. Did you?
I felt like he pulled back. And, I marked it a ball on our scoreboard.
Yeah. So I think they're changing the call to safe. So it will be a ball. Base umpire agreed with Coach Dore, and it is ball 1. I know he looked at it hard, but I didn't think he went that far. 1-0 to count on Patty. I'm sorry, on Taylor. Luke Taylor, the Lumberjacks left fielder. And diving back is Bobbitt. That was pretty close. Close enough for me to wait for the umpire to give us a signal.
Yeah, it wasn't really a good move either.
No, it actually was a lob throw. So Bobbitt's got a big lead. This bounces off home plate for ball 2, 2-0. 2-out count with nobody out and bases full of Lumberjacks. This pitch up high for a 3-0 count. Nowhere to put him.
You got a right-handed pitcher here, and for a righty pitching out of the stretch, the move to third is the same as it is for a left-hander pitching the first base. So it's an ideal situation if you want to try a pickoff at third.
Mm-hmm. That'll be ball 4, and that'll walk in a run. Lumberjacks get on the board. And now coming to the plate is VJ Bird.
Number 22, VJ Bird.
He came in the top of the second inning to relieve the pitcher, Bobbitt. Bobbitt went back to his spot in right field, and Jones comes out of the game. This comes in for the call strike 1. Bases are full with no outs. 1 run has come in. Bird is batting in the 9-hole. It's a curveball, misses outside. And Burden, who's had a lot of work back there, bouncing balls in front of him, but he's managed to keep the ball in front of him, which is the key. after this one, straight up. They're getting closer, Chris. But they missed us. That runs the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm kind of tethered to the camera here with a headset.
I know.
Have to be like the catcher. See, you practice my move at throwing the headset off and then going for it.
Just keep it off of me, man. We do good. Hey, VJ Bird at the plate. We're in the bottom of the second. 3-1. Hornets lead over the Lumberjacks. But the Lumberjacks are threatening with the bases loaded. This breaking ball misses outside. Runs the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Tayshawn Joseph is the pitcher for the Hornets. From the stretch. Popped up. Down the first baseline. First baseman calls for it, makes the catch. Yep. So that's 1 away.
Up to bat for the
We're
Lumberjacks.
1 out. We go back to the top of the batting order. And Alex Haven, who singled, stole second and got stranded there in the bottom of the first. This one a little bit low. Ball 1. One 0. This is, I thought it was going to be a little bit high. Called it a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Huge situation here for Patterson. Bases loaded, top of the order up here.
This is a little soft liner that's going to drop in front of the center fielder. 1 run to score. He's going to send another one home. And we're going to have a play at the plate. Sliding under the tag is safe. And we've got a tie ball game. Bobby goes 2 for 2. Picks up a couple ribbies. And we've got a tie ball game. Runners will be on the corners with 1 out. And that'll bring the 2-hole hitter to the plate. That's the second baseman, Landon Bernadou. He flied out to left field in the first inning.
All right, let's go, D. Now let's go.
Runners going. This will be popped up out of play behind us. Haven had the base stolen, but the pitch was fouled off. Haven has to go back to first.
He stole a base back in the first inning, right?
He sure did.
So that'll be 18 on the year for him.
And he's going again. This pitch is inside for a ball. He takes second base without a throw. But he was running early, so it is a stolen base.
Yeah, he was almost running before Joseph even started into his move.
Yeah, I know. A lot of times you see that with a runner on third, nobody on second. This pitch up and away for a ball. 2 balls and a strike with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Landon Bernadou at the plate. He's the Lumberjacks' second baseman. Fastball, a little bit low. 3-1 to count. On deck is the catcher, Braylon Jennings. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. Up high, ball 4. And Bernadou will draw a walk to load the bases. You have Taylor on third, Haven on second, and now Bernadou will stand on first. And that will bring the catcher, Brylan Jennings, to the plate. He flied out to right field in the bottom of the first. This pitch misses outside for ball one.
Jennings is exactly the guy you want in this situation, hitting .446 with a team leading, or tied for team leading 25 RBI on the year.
This pitch misses up and inside for ball two. Or ball one, excuse me. Three runs in so far here in the bottom of the second. This pitch up and away. That's ball two. Actually, I was right. It's ball three now. It is a 3-0 count. I thought we had a pitch earlier, but the scoreboard only had two, but now it is corrected 3-0. Goes after this one, fouls it straight back out of play. That'll make the count 3 balls and a strike. So Jennings with the 3-0 pitch, 3-0 count, has the green light, and he went for it. The 3-1. Up high for ball four, and that will walk in another run. So Taylor will score. Jennings will go to first. Bernadou will move to second. And Haven goes to third.
And that'll bring out Coach Ryan Wade.
Hey, Chris, he came out and spoke to his pitcher earlier when Coach Doré had asked for the appeal, had called time to ask for the appeal. So I think he has to make that pitching change now.
Yeah, that counts as a visit.
Right.
And yeah, they're making the change.
And they're making the change now.
They're going to bring in Madison, I believe, from third base.
Yep, that's Carl Madison. That's going to come to the plate. I mean, to the mound, rather. He was at third.
Now pitching for the Hornets, number 8, Carl Madison.
We'll have to wait and see where Joseph is going to go. I don't think he came out of the game. Madison's taking his warm-up pitches, so while he does that, we'll thank some of our sponsors. Let's go back to GandJCurbside.com, your complete online grocery store including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options from our curb to yours, G&J Curbside. Lafayette Electric, 1207 Greenwood Street in Morgan City, proud supporter of high school baseball in the Tri-City area. Conrad Industries, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all of our local teams good luck. Guaranteed Title, locally owned and operated, closing homes in St. Mary Parish and all of Louisiana for over 48 years. Let Mike, Janaea, and Stephanie help with all your closing needs. Guaranteed Title, close with us. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. Henry Bo LaGrange, the next senator for District 21, he will represent all of St. Mary Parish. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve on Brashear Avenue in Morgan City. Chris, we're in the bottom of the second with one out. And we're going to see our 5th pitcher of the game between both teams. Lumberjacks have used 3 so far, and this is the 2nd one for the Hornets.
Yeah, I don't think either of these teams has a pitcher that they really hang their hat on.
Right.
It's a lot of committee work. And we talked about the bottom of the power rankings, or as it is, teams that'll be down there in the low rankings in the playoffs. Up at the top of Division III, Berwick is the 5th seed coming into tonight's game. They don't play tonight, so they will probably hold that spot. They beat Assumption Saturday. Number 1 team, as we said, number 1 team in Division II. So big win for Berwick, and looks like they're going to be the number 5 seed in Division III going into the playoffs.
This hit high to left field. He's going to have to come up and make the catch. Makes the catch. Runner on third is tagging. And he's going to score standing up, and the other runners will advance. So it'll be a sac fly for Josiah Jennings. Josiah is the 9th hitter of this inning. And he bats in the 4-hole. So it's sac fly for the 2nd out. And Haven scores. And that'll bring, for the 2nd time this inning, Christian Bobbitt, who singled and scored to start this inning. This fastball catches the outside corner for a call strike 1.
Bobbitt is the other 25 RBI guy in the Lumberjack batting order.
He bats in the 5 spot. This bounces off the ground to the shortstop, makes the catch, goes to first. Wild throw, gets away from the first baseman. 2 runs will score. And Bobbitt will stand at second base. A 2-base error. So 2 runs will come in.
27, Carson Patty.
And that's 6 runs have scored so far here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. 6-3, Lumberjacks lead. This looked like a breaking ball that missed off the edge, outside edge. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs with a runner standing on second. And the 11th hitter of this half inning is at the plate. That's Carson Patty. Swing and a miss.
Aaron, shouldn't that be 7 runs? Shouldn't that be 7 runs in the inning for Patterson?
6, 7. Yep, it sure should. It is 7. Scoreboard has 6. I got 7 in my book.
I thought it was 7 as well before I peeked over your shoulder there.
Good bounce. A bad pitch way outside, bounced in the dirt, then off the backstop, right back to the catcher. Made a throw at third base, but not in time. Yeah, this is the 11th hitter. 2 are out and 1 is on. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Curveball misses outside. Runs the count full. You got a full count with 2 outs. Runner on third. And this curveball breaks low and away for ball 4. So Patty draws a walk.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, they tried a trick play. It did not work. He did not make the throw to second base. They tried to get him in the rundown kind of situation, and Bobbitt at third base takes off, but the throw did not go to second. Pitcher hung on to it, made a nice play, and had him out at third. And that was the third out. The scoreboard shows 6, but my book says we got 7 for the Patterson Lumberjacks. Okay, we'll go to the top of the third. And VJ Bird stays on the mound for the Lumberjacks. And we got some selfies, pictures being taken around the third baseman. The Patterson defense. So while Bird takes his warm-ups, we'll thank some more sponsors. Pool Dues Sports Bar, not only Morgan City's #1 party spot, but your steak night hookup every Wednesday. St. Mary Golf and Country Club, always welcoming new membership and guest play. Call 384-8500 for membership information. Stazione's, get our Stazione app or order one of our mouth-watering pool boys online at stazionedeli.com. Stazione, are you hungry yet? Gregory Oquan, candidate for Clerk of Court in 2023, wishes all our area teams the best of luck. Taco Bell in Morgan City, Bayou Vista, open late night, delivery through DoorDash. Wildflower Boutique, unique fashions at affordable prices. 702 Front Street in historic downtown Morgan City. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. 384-8335.
Steak Night Wednesdays at Pool Dues. We talked about that the other night. I gave him a call Wednesday to tell you I wanted to try them. Called them up by 5 o'clock to order, and they said it was a 45-minute wait for a steak.
Oh, really?
So those are some popular steaks.
Yeah.
I decided I didn't want to wait 45 minutes, but I'll be calling them again, and I'll be calling a lot earlier than 5 p.m.
That would have worked out good for me because I don't eat supper till 7:30,
Those
7
must
o'clock,
be good.
7:30.
That's a little too late for me. I like an early dinner.
I usually stay up till 11:30, 12 o'clock every night, though.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to eat late if you're watching your weight.
That's
what I hear.
But I read recently, a few years ago, first pitch misses outside for a ball, that it didn't matter. Calorie intake is calorie intake, whether it's late at night or early in the morning. Off the end of the bat for a swing, strike 2.
Keep that in mind. Next time I want to go for that bowl of ice cream at 9:30.
Yeah. Up high. Ball 2.
Because, I'm not eating late, and I'm watching my weight. I'm watching it go up.
Yeah. That misses. Actually, that first pitch was on the scoreboard anyway as a ball. So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Count. This up high. Gets away from the catcher. And jogging down there is Dakari Burden, the catcher. He's had a long night tonight with a lot of balls hitting the dirt in front of him. He draws the walk. He had grounded to shortstop in the first inning. We're in the top of the third. And Chris, the scoreboard has changed. It does have 7 now. 7-3. Got some burnout lights, but that's a 3.
I knew we had that right.
Yeah. It's a fastball up a little bit, but Brock Mello, the center fielder, goes after it. He walked in the first inning, got caught stealing. Actually got picked off of first base. So nobody out and a runner on first for Mello. He's a Hornets center fielder. There's a curveball that does not break. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Bird checks the runner, comes home up high. Burden has to jump up for that one, makes the catch, pulls it back down. The runner stays at first. 2 balls and a strike. Fakes the steal attempt. It goes back is the runner Burden. Mello now looks at a 3-1 count. Runner's going. Ball 4. No stolen base because the batter walked. Runners on first and second. Nobody out.
Bird, we said, has good velocity, but struggling with the mechanics right now. It's an early release point right now, and that's why everything's coming in high.
The DH, Jamari Washington, will come to the plate. He grounded out back to the pitcher to lead off the top of the second inning. This is a call strike 1, just catching that inside corner. Runners are going, and everybody will be safe. Runners move up to second and third with nobody out. Pitch was a ball. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on second and third, no outs. This is fouled off out of play behind first base. One ball, 2 strikes. This pitch bounces off the plate, gets away from the catcher, and runners will score easily. One will score, the other rounds third. He'll go back, so Burden scores easily. And Mello now stands on third base with nobody out. That pitch was low and hit the front of the plate and bounced towards the third base dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Washington. Curveball misses low and away. Close, but not close enough. That runs the count full. Swing and a miss at the fastball for strike 3. So Washington goes down swinging for the first out of the third inning. That'll bring to the plate first baseman Dalen Edwards. Edwards was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. And Burden wants to talk, or rather Jennings wants to talk to his pitcher, Bird. Walks back to the plate, smiling. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runner stands on third base is Brock Mello.
Oh!
Bird hits the batter. And for the second time tonight, Dalen Edwards gets hit by a pitch. He'll stand on first base.
And that's going to be it for Bird.
Yep. Bird's going to come out. And I think the left fielder, Taylor.
I think it's a center fielder.
Or it's a center fielder? Or maybe, yeah.
Into pitch for the Lumberjacks, number 20, Alex Haven.
Haven coming in from center field.
Is Haven.
Roy Jones will come back into the game at center field.
Okay. Haven will go to the mound. And he will be the fourth pitcher of this ball game as we are in the top of the third. Haven will get his warm-up tosses. We have a 7-4 ball game. We're in the top of the third inning, and both teams are having trouble with their pitching staffs, as this is the Lumberjacks' fourth pitcher.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Haven falls in the pitching staff hierarchy for Patterson. We don't have pitching stats for the Lumberjacks for either team, really. So, not really sure who the ace is, who the starters are, who the top relievers are. But they're going through a lot of arms today.
Well, both teams are looking for someone that can throw it over the plate, because we've got a ton of walks, and I want to say there's at least 5 Hornets hitters that have been hit by a pitch.
Yeah, that's rule number 1. Hit, please. Strike zone. Hit the strike zone.
Yep, that's 5 hit by a pitch, and five hit by a pitch and 5 walks through 2 1/3 innings. So Haven, the center fielder, will move to the mound, and the starting pitcher will re-enter the game and go to center field.
Now batting number
That was
9,
Roy
Kendra
Jones.
Yellings.
At the plate is the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Kendra Yelling, and they got him out.
What an athletic play by Jennings.
I know. That pitch was way up in the air. Runners on the corners, they tried the trick play again. Wasn't a good throw back to the second baseman, but he caught it. And that was Bernadou, and came home, made a high throw home, but Brylan Jennings, Joe's high, makes the catch and comes down with the glove and puts the tag on Mello, and he's out at home.
Yeah, it was a nice enough play that he got up and made that catch, but then he had to bring it all the way down to the ground to make the tag.
I didn't think he had a chance at it, you know. There's no way, but he did come down, and a nice job by Jennings. Both of these catches tonight have really earned their keep. So that's 2 out. Yelling at the plate with a 1-2 count. This one, he fouls it straight back into the net. Count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes.
The Assumption Lady Mustangs have won their first round playoff game, beating Leesville 10-0. 10-run rule. 5 innings.
You see a lot of that in the first round. This just nubbed straight out. Haven will pick it up. It'll go in the book as a hit. It was a full swing, but it acted like a bunt that just rode out in front of the plate.
Well, no, I think they're calling it a foul ball. He's coming back.
Oh, okay. They ruled it a foul ball. What did it hit? Must have hit.
It bounced off the plate, maybe?
I thought the plate was in fair territory. All the other bases are in fair territory. His pitch misses outside. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Yelling. This is a little soft liner that's going to get through the middle. They're going to send the runner home. Well, he was holding him up, but he went anyway. Now he's kind of caught. And they're just going to run him back to third. Yelling just put the bat on the ball and just punched it up the middle. A little soft liner. Works its way all the way to center field. So Edward was going home. His coach was holding him up at third. So he stopped and come back, but the ball gets away from Jennings, the catcher. So he takes off again. Jennings recovers, and then he turns around and takes off back to third base.
Now batting number 19.
So now runners on the corners with 2 outs. This pitch misses outside for ball 1. At the plate is Tayshawn Jones.
And Patterson now looking for Franklin to be aggressive on the base pass, and that's just a distraction on your pitcher. They're in his head now. Here he comes. Oh, he hit him.
Just hit him. Yep. So Jones hit by a pitch. He'll go to first, and that'll load the bases. I wasn't sure that didn't hit the bat first.
Maybe so. They're going to discuss
They're
it.
going to talk about it. I thought it hit the bat. It may have hit him, but I thought it hit the bat first.
Now, if it hits the hand, is the hand?
Yeah, the hand is.
People want to say the hand's part of the bat. Nah.
Well, I thought that was the rule for a long time, but lately I've seen on TV where people get hit in the hand on the bat and they get the base. So it's going to go in the book as a hit by pitch. It would have been tough to tell. So that loads the bases.
Alonzo Alexander.
And we'll go to the top of the batting order. And Alonzo Alexandria, who's been hit by a pitch twice. This ground ball up the middle, bounced off the shortstop. Did he get there in time? No, he did not. So Alexander will reach on the error. 1 run will score.
Now batting number 2, Jylan Jackson.
Okay, the bases are still loaded. This pitch misses. Ball 1. Another one misses for ball 2. 2-0. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. 2 runs have scored so far.
Haven has kind of a hinky delivery. A little hitch as he comes to the plate. Right there.
That's called strike 1. That's something that takes a little extra time, though, with runners on base. Of course, he's pitching from the windup. This pitch misses inside. Runs the count. 3 balls and a strike. This fastball misses inside for ball 4. And that will walk in a run. Bases are still loaded. And the
Now batting,
ninth
number 8,
hitter
Carl
of the
Madison.
third inning will come to the plate. You got 2 outs with the bases loaded. 3 runs have scored.
And right now you've got 2 coaches that are desperate for just anybody to throw strikes.
Yeah, somebody please throw strikes and quit hitting the batters. Carl Madison at the plate. Madison is the third baseman.
He's the pitcher now.
Well, actually, yeah, he's a pitcher now. He started the game at third. He struck out twice, once looking, once swinging. First pitch was a strike, second one is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases are full of Hornets. This pitch up and inside. Ball 2, 2-1. This pitch misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. He's the 9th hitter in the inning. We're in the top of the 3rd. This pitch is up out of the strike zone for ball 4. And another run will score.
And here comes Coach Dore again.
Who's up next? And someone from the dugouts coming in, number 11.
Haven Keller.
On the pitch for the Lumberjacks, number
And I
11.
think shortstop
Hayden
Thane Dinger.
Keller.
I saw him go to the dugout, so I think he's going to come out. There's no DH for the Lumberjacks, so somebody's got to come out because this guy came from the bench. Haven Keller, a freshman. And they're playing havoc with my scorebook, Chris.
Softball playoffs, Berwick leading Pine 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lady Panthers on the road in that one.
So this will be the 5th Lumberjack pitcher in 3 2/3 innings. Bases are still loaded.
Now batting number 7, Dakari Burden.
I think 4 runs have scored to tie this game. Scoreboard says it's just 3, but I don't think they put that last one up yet.
A lot of lights burned out on the scoreboard, but no, they have not put up the 4th run.
Okay, this foul ball into the umpire. Okay, Jennings is going to go out and talk to his catcher. I mean, his catcher. Go out and talk to his pitcher. Keller, a freshman, on the mound. And both teams just looking for a pitcher that can throw strikes. Hadn't found one yet. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bases are full of Hornets. And 4 runs have scored here in the top of the 3rd. This is popped up. Second baseman's going to call for it, but drops it. This ball's going to get past him. The catcher coming in. Good bounce off the brick wall behind him. And that was Dakari Burden, the 10th hitter. And he reaches on the error. Another run scores.
Yeah, that one just kind of dropped into no man's land. Too short for the center fielder to get to. Haven at second base tried to get back there, but couldn't get a beat on it.
I don't know. That's what I looked like. Either the shortstop or the second baseman could have called for it. I'm not sure if there was good communication.
Number 10, Brock Mello.
Hey, we have a pinch runner in the game. Oh, this pitch bounces way in front of the plate, and everybody looked, and now there's nobody covering the bag, but all the runners were moving up. The pinch runner was all the way down almost to second base, but nobody was covering first base, so there wasn't anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, they had a chance to get Warren Boudreaux, who just came in the pinch run, to get him in a rundown, and they just weren't set up for it.
Another pop-up on the infield. Shortstop calls for it and makes the catch. That's Dinger. Well, actually, he came out the game, so I think he did anyway. I'm not sure. Like I said, we've had so many substitutions, and their numbers are on their backs, and they're all looking at us. So, but anyway, that was Mello at the plate, flied out to short for the third out. But anyway, they sent 11 hitters to the plate in the top of the fourth. The top of the third. So, we'll go to the bottom of the third. And there, the Lumberjacks will start off with the 7-hole hitter. Well, we have scheduled to come up. Thane Dinger. And I can't tell if that's him or not. I think it is. It is Thane Dinger coming to the plate. So Dinger has a single and scored a run. He walked in the second inning and was left on base. So anyway, in that half, the Hornets managed to pick up 4 runs. Left the bases loaded. And we have a tie ball game, 7-7.
Madison staying in on the mound for Franklin.
He finishes his warm-up tosses to start the bottom of the third inning. We got a little bit late start. One of the umpires just got here like moments before the game started, but so we were a good hour and 35 minutes or so into this game.
And you say late, it was maybe a couple of minutes.
Right, yeah.
First inning and a half, the pace was okay, but
the last couple of
2 halves inning, bottom of the second, top of the third,
yep.
All of a sudden we just ground to a halt.
Yeah, we had a minimum hour and 35 minutes into this game, and we're in the bottom of the third. Dinger at the plate, the Lumberjacks shortstop. Pitch way up high. Ball 1. This pitch catches the outside corner for a call. Strike one. 1 ball. 1 strike. This curveball misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Dinger walked in the bottom of the second and scored a run. He's got a 2-1 count here in the bottom of the third. And that runs the count to a 3-1 count. This pitch way up high, so Dinger for the second time tonight will draw a walk. He leads off the third inning with a walk. That'll bring to the plate Luke Taylor, the left fielder. Taylor also walked and scored a run in the bottom of the second. He bats with no outs and a runner on first. Dinger taking a big lead. Doesn't go. First pitch misses low. Ball 1.
Softball playoffs, the Pine Lady Raiders have now tied Berwick 3-3 through 5 innings.
Pitch misses, lowered away. Ball 2, 2-0 to count.
The winner of that game will take on the number 1 seed Sterlington in the second round.
This pitch is close, but misses outside. I think Madison wanted that one, Chris.
We all did.
That one.
We all did, Aaron.
Yeah. 3-0. Walked the first hitter on 5 pitches. Got a 3-0 count here on Taylor. Up high, ball 4. So left fielder Taylor draws a walk. That puts runners on first and second. Nobody out. That'll bring to the plate the 3-hole hitter.
Up to bat for the Jacks. Number 6, Roy Jones.
And that is
here
Roy
comes
Jones.
Ryan Wade.
Roy Jones had come to the plate. He hit a popped up to the first baseman in the bottom of the second. Coach Wade wants to talk to his pitcher, and umpire's in the discussion as well. So a lot of talking, not a lot of anything else happening. Coach Dore has his offense surrounding him. Talking a little bit of strategy here. And looks like Patterson will stay on the mound. And everybody, offense and defense, going back to their positions. Lumberjacks have runners on first and second. It's Taylor on first, Dinger on second, and Roy Jones is at the plate. He bats in the 9-hole hitter. We'll move back to the top of the batting order. On deck with Alex Haven. Here's a curveball in the dirt. Ball 1. One 0 count. Madison checks the runners. Throws this one in the dirt. Runners advance. Ball gets away from the third baseman, but not far enough. They're going to leave Dinger there. Runners will be on second and third with no outs. 2-0 count on Jones.
Well, every ball that gets past the catcher seems to just take a great hop.
Yeah, well, you got that cement brick wall, and it hits that wall and comes right back to him. And there's fastball for the call, strike one. 2 balls and a strike. And it's not very far behind home plate either, so it gets back to him in a hurry. This pitch up and inside. Jones looks at it for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Got an empty base at first base, but you really don't want to walk the 9-hole hitter. Jones goes after this fastball on the outside corner. Fouls it into the dirt. That'll run the count full. Full count on Roy Jones. Runners stand on second and third. That's Dinger on third and Taylor on second. Full count pitch. Popped up. And that's going to be out of play behind the dugout. Behind the press box. Count stays full. Chris, you ever notice how many first pitch full counts are fouled off? Especially the first pitch on a full count. It seems like almost all of them are fouled off.
You got to swing. You got
well, you got to protect the plate. And he chases one up and gets the strikeout. So Jones goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. We'll go to the top of the batting order, and that's Alex Haven, who's
Number 20, Alex Haven.
2 for 2 tonight. He singled in the first and singled in the second and scored a run in the second.
And now he's intentionally walked.
Right. They're going to walk him intentionally to load the bases. That'll bring to the plate.
And it's not a bad move. We
No.
got, 441 hitter. Let's go to the 274 guy instead.
Right. You got coming to the plate now is the 2-hole hitter, second baseman Bernadou. He flied out to left and walked and scored a run in the second inning. Flied out to left in the first inning.
All four.
Takes first pitch inside, ball 1.
All 4 infielders all the way up on the grass now.
I don't know, Chris, in a game like this, I don't know if I'd have my infielders on the inside, all of them playing up. I'd rather want to play back and make sure I get somebody out, because you got to believe there's going to be a lot more runs scored in this game. Pitch misses, low and away.
Well, a lot of times the strategy is you tell your first and third baseman to play for home plate, and you tell the middle to play double play depth.
Right, but he's got them all in. He did that earlier, I think, in the second inning, did the same thing, which, again, I thought was a little bit early for that. But especially like a game like this, it's 7-7 in the third inning. You got to believe there's going to be a lot more runs scored. Yep, that's ball 4. And that'll send Bernadou to first base with the walk.
Tied again. Tied at 8.
Number 9, Brylan Jennings.
I think it's 8-7, isn't it?
No, 8-8.
Is it 8-8? Yeah, because the scoreboard just has 4 up there. But you're all right.
8?
It is, yeah. I looked at my book and yep.
Nobody.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, they scored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is. I believe we're right. That board might be wrong.
And now you've got Brylan Jennings at the plate, 446 hitter. And he's a double waiting to happen. 14 doubles on the season.
Pitch is low. Runs the count. 3 balls, no strikes.
I don't think he's going to get anything to hit. They're going to be very careful with him.
Bases are loaded. 3-0 count. Nowhere to put him. And he goes after the fastball on the outside portion, fouls it straight back out of play. 3 balls and a strike.
Which is unusual, swinging at the 3-0 pitch, but you got a 446 hitter. You give him the green light.
Well, I think he did the same thing last time he was up. He ended up walking in the second inning, but it's a fastball on the inside corner for a call strike 2. So full count with the bases loaded on Braylon Jennings, the Lumberjack catcher.
This umpire likes the high strike.
Yeah. This hit hard into the dirt. Second baseman makes the catch. Goes to first. 1 runner scored. A wild throw to first base. 2-run score. You got the force out at second. That's the second out. When Jennings gets away, ends up on second base on the fielder's choice.
That's the second time we've seen a ball like that hit right into the dirt, right in front of the plate, and just took a big high hop. A good play to get the runner at second, but really just didn't have a chance to turn
Bench
2
runner
there.
number 15, second base, Noah House.
Josiah Jennings, the cleanup hitter at the plate. And that one misses somewhere. Ball 1.
Josiah Jennings hitting 297 coming into today.
He flied out the shortstop in the first and had a sacrifice fly
Jennings.
in the second. Ended up scoring a run off of that. This pitch up and away. Ball 2. So 3 runs have scored here in the bottom of the third. 1 runner on second with 2 outs. This one misses. 3-0 count.
I like the look of that one.
I was just thinking he might have opened up his strike zone since the pitchers were having so much trouble with not here on Jennings. And Jennings is a big target, too. He's one of the bigger kids out here today. Has a big strike zone, but 3-0's the count. This one is fastball taken for call strike 1. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on second base. We got a runner out there for the catcher, and Jennings will draw the walk. He gets on base for the first time today. That'll bring to the plate
Now batting for
Christian
the Jacks, number
Bobbitt.
10, Christian Bobbitt.
Bobbitt has a single, scored a run, and reached on an error and got picked off. Runner's going. Curveball, low. Ball 1, but the runner on second does advance to third. Now we have runners on the corners. with 2 outs. Christian Bobbitt. Okay, he's going to get caught in a rundown. And they tag him before the run scores. That was a trick play that did not work. I'm not sure what happened, but I think maybe the third guy, runner on third, didn't realize he should have been going. It'll go in the book as caught stealing on Jennings for the 3rd out of the inning. So that's 3 complete. 10-7, Lumberjacks lead. They did fix the scoreboard and gave them 5 runs there in the top of the 3rd. So we'll thank some more of our sponsors while we get a break. G&J Curbside.com, your complete online grocery store, including local and regional products. Check our website for delivery options from our curb to yours. G&J Curbside. Lafayette Electric, 1207 Greenwood Street, Morgan City. Proud supporter of high school baseball in the Tri-City area. Conrad Industries, serving St. Mary Parish and the marine industry since 1948. Conrad wishes all of our local teams good luck. Guaranteed title, locally owned and operated, closing homes in St. Mary Parish and all of Louisiana for over 48 years. Let Mike, Janaea, and Stephanie help with all your closing needs. Guaranteed title, close with us. Coastline Wealth Group, more than financial planning, a partner who takes pride in helping you succeed. CoastlineWealthGroup.com, life well planned. Henry Bo LaGrange, the next senator for District 21. He will represent all of St. Mary Parish. Core Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, here to restore the quality of life you deserve. On Brashear Avenue in Morgan City.
The Morgan City Tigers beat Donaldsonville 17-0.
Oh.
Noah Garisco and Landon Oquan combined for a no-hitter for the Tigers. So that should probably secure a Morgan City spot in the playoffs. Question is, will they be number 24 or number 23? Pine, by the way, in softball has taken a 4-3 lead on Berwick. That's in the, hang on, I'll tell you in a second when that is.
And guess what? Patterson has a new pitcher. Thane Dinger will move to the mound from shortstop.
Berwick and Pine are in the top of the 7th. So, last chance for the Lady Panthers.
First 3 hitters for the Hornets coming to the plate will be the DH, Jamare Washington, followed by first baseman Dalen Edwards and Kendra Yelling, the second baseman. Washington is 0 for 2. He grounded out back to the pitcher in the second and struck out swinging in the third.
Number 12, Jamare Washington.
He actually has led off the last 3 innings. This ground ball hit up the middle. The new shortstop, I'm not sure who that is. Get a number here, number 6.
That's Jones.
Jones.
Couldn't get there.
Didn't get to it. That'll be, I think, an error.
Yeah, I think Dinger should have had that.
Yep. So that'll bring Dalen Edwards to the plate, first baseman. This pitch bounced in the dirt. Runner's going to go to second base. New catcher for the Lumberjacks.
Gotcha.
Runner going to third, and they got him. So nice play by the catcher. The ball got away from him. He recovered, makes a throw down to third base in time. Caught stealing is Washington for the first out. One away.
I think that's Bernadou behind the plate.
Bernadou.
Bernadou.
Yeah, it looks like a number 2, and he was the second baseman. So they've moved all over the place out there. This pitch hits the plate, bounces over Bernadou. Edwards draws the walk.
Now batting number 9, Kendra Yelling.
Kendra Yelling, the second baseman, comes to the plate.
Ooh.
This off the end of the bat, popped up. Second baseman calls for it, makes the catch for the second out. Yelling is out on the fly ball. 2 away.
Oh, it looked good when it left the bat, and then I looked up and said, well, that's not going anywhere, is it?
Yeah. And back to the pitcher. Lobs over to first base in time. That was Tayshawn Joseph for the third out.
Well, that was a relatively quick inning.
Yeah, surprisingly so. Huh? For only 4 hitters.
Berwick Lady Panthers are down to that last out, but they have runners on base, runner in scoring position.
Okay, we'll move to the bottom of the 4th inning. And scheduled to come up anyway is Kristen Bobbitt, followed by Carson Patty and Thane Dinger. First 3 hitters to start the bottom of the 4th.
And the Lady Panthers have tied the game at 4.
Okay.
And now runners on second and third base. So
What inning
great
is that?
time, top of the 7th. Great time for a big inning.
Top
Big
of the
opportunity
7th?
here, top of the 7th.
So, yeah. Madison stays on the mound for the Hornets. And I don't know if it's gnats or mosquitoes or something buzzing around his head. He keeps swatting in the air, trying to chase him away.
Gnats, yeah.
Gnats.
I've been dealing with a little bit over here, too. Assumption leading Vanderbilt Catholic 2-1 after 4 innings. That's baseball.
Yep. Don't have a 10-8 ball game like we have here.
Well, you know, if you like a lot of scoring, this has been a good game. If you care about how the runs come,
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah. I say scoring is one thing where you got a bucket full of hit by pitch and walks. Not the kind of scoring you'd like to see, but it's a 10-8 ball game and it's close game, so that keeps everybody's attention.
And a 2-run single for the Lady Panthers puts them up 6-4 on Pine now. Top of the 7th inning. Still two outs.
Number 10, Christian Bobbitt.
Okay, Bobbitt leads off the bottom of the 4th for the Lumberjacks. This one he pops up down the third base line, and nobody can get to it. Foul ball. Bobbitt singled into second and scored, reached on an error, and was stranded on base at third base. No, actually he wasn't stranded. He got caught stealing for the third out in the second inning. Goes after another high pitch. Just popped up, straight back, out of play. 0-2 to count on Bobbitt. Bobbitt started the game at short. Went to the mound for a little while, went back to short. And he certainly woke up the crowd in case anyone was napping there on the Lumberjack side.
Yeah, that got a few people's attention.
This ground ball hit up the middle. Shortstop knocks it down. Doesn't get there in time. And good speed. I have to give him a hit on that one, Chris.
Yeah, Alexander did a good job. He covered a lot of territory to get for that. Bobbled it a little bit. But I'm not sure if he'd have made that throw.
I don't think so either. I don't think he'd have got him.
Now
Bobbitt showed some decent speed.
Carson Patty.
So he'll be at first base with a hit. That'll bring to the plate third baseman Carson Patty, who singled in the second and scored, and drew a walk also in the second and got left on base. High pitch. Bobbitt goes to second base, standing up without a throw. It'll be a stolen base. So Bobbitt now stands on second with nobody out. The pitch was a ball 1.
Stop. Stop.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runner on second base, rather. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 10-8. Lumberjacks lead. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Carson Patty. That plays third base for the Lumberjacks. Goes after another fastball, swings and miss. Strike 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This curveball breaks way outside. That'll run the count full. Full count pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. That'll put runners on first and second with no outs. And that'll bring to the plate Thane Dinger.
Now batting.
Dinger has batted twice,
Dinger.
walked twice, and scored 2 runs. Walked in the second and the third. Bobbitt stands on second and Patty is at first. Bobbitt singled, Patty walked on a full count. This pitch up and away. Close, but a little high, a little outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is up high and a little outside for ball 2. This pitch he swings at, it's fouled off, out of play.
What you may have heard over the weekend, we had the longest high school game in Louisiana history played in New Orleans. De La Salle, I can't remember the other school, one of the charter schools that's popped up in New Orleans. They went 22 innings, 6.5 hours.
Yeah. This a ground ball, hit the short. Unable to make the catch. Runner's going to be sent home. Center fielder comes up with the ball. And it'll be an error at short. 1 run scores. Dinger reaches on the error.
And that should have been a routine out there. Just booted by Alexander.
Could have been a double play, maybe. It might have been tough to get 2, but it should have got 1 for sure. Run on first is going. That's Dinger. He'll go to second base without a throw.
Now batting 19, Luke Taylor.
At the plate is the left fielder, Luke Taylor. Taylor has walked twice, once in the second, once in the third, and scored both times.
Pinch runner just came in the game.
Into the game.
Number 13.
Number 13, Javen Christopher.
Javen Christopher. That's not a name we had on our list, but I heard it from the press box. Thank you. Javen Christopher.
The 1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, Chris Madison is swatting them gnats, but he's got to be careful not to do that when he's on the rubber.
Yeah. That's an interesting thought.
Because if you're not thinking about it, it's a very easy thing to do, you know? I mean, especially, you know, as aggravating as gnats can be, once you put that foot on the rubber, you got to just deal with it.
You saw him do it just now. But he was not on the rubber yet.
Right. This pitch is up high for ball 4, and that'll load the bases with no outs. Coming to the plate is Roy Jones.
Now batting number 6, Roy Jones.
And he is 0 for 2 tonight. He flied out to first base in the second and struck out swinging in the third. He'll bat with no outs, and the base is loaded. This one he pops up behind the third base dugout. No play. Nothing in 1, the count. This pitch up and away. That'll even account at a ball and a strike.
Bottom of the 7th and Pine now 6-5. Berwick leading with 2 outs and Pine with a runner on second base.
This fastball is up high. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 count with no outs and the base is loaded. 1 run has scored. This pitch gets away from the catcher. It was low and outside. 3-1 is the count. 3-1 count. Bases are loaded, so nowhere to put the hitter, Roy Jones. And then after him, we go to the top of the batting order, and Alex Haven, who has not been put out tonight. His pitch upside, up high. Ball 4. So Jones draws the walk. A run will come in. Has Patty and score.
And that'll do it for Madison.
Yep. Okay,
We mentioned that 6.5 hour game. We are at about closing in on 2.5 hours here. I don't think we're going to get to 6.5.
I hope not.
It'll only feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're just in the bottom of the 4th right now with nobody out. 2 runs have scored.
This
And
will
the
be Brock,
bases are still loaded.
Brock Mello coming in to pitch for the Hornets. The sun is starting to set on the cane field behind us. It's getting a little nippy, actually.
Yeah, temperature has gone down right with the sun. Mello's been playing center field throughout the ball game tonight. He'll move to the mound. And while we have a moment here, he's taking some warm-up tosses. We'll thank a few more of our sponsors. Starting with Pool Dues Sports Bar, not only Morgan City's #1 party spot, but your steak night hookup every Wednesday, 615 Brashear Avenue. St. Mary Golf and Country Club, always welcoming new membership and guest play. Call 384-8500 for membership information. Stazione's, get our Stazione app or order one of our mouth-watering po' boys online at StazioneDeli.com. Stazione's, are you hungry yet? Gregory Oquan, candidate for Clerk of Court in 2023, wishes all our area teams the best of luck. Taco Bell, Morgan City, and Bayou Vista. Open late night, delivery through DoorDash. Wildflower Boutique, unique fashions at affordable prices. 702 Front Street in historic downtown Morgan City. Allen's Communications, locally owned TV, cable, internet, and telephone service. 384-8335. Mello is finishing up his warm-up tosses.
Assumption now trailing Vanderbilt Catholic 4-2, bottom of the 5th. And we mentioned the Assumption Lady Mustangs won their first-round playoff game today. Waiting to see who they will play. It'll be the winner of Grant and Pearl River, I believe.
Now pitching for the Hornets, number 10, Brock Mello. Up to bat for the Lumberjacks, number 20, Alex Haven.
Haven's coming to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a walk, and he has scored 2 runs. Takes the first pitch for a call, strike 1. This popped up, right field. Right fielder comes up, makes the catch. 1 run will score, tag up and score. Runner on second will go to third. And it's 1 away, and for the first time tonight, Alex Haven is put out.
But it's going to count as a sacrifice.
Yep, that's true. It'll go in the book as a sac fly because he gets an RB out of it.
Now batting for the Jacks.
And the
Two,
Hornet defense
Landon
went to
Barnesy.
sleep just now and allowed the runner to go from first to second.
Okay, at the plate now is Landon Bernadou. Started out as the second baseman, but in the top of the fourth, he caught. I'm surprised. I wonder, did Dakari Burton go somewhere else in the infield? Because he is their cleanup hitter.
Still Edwards at first. Alexander at short. And is that Madison at second? Did Madison go to second?
No, I'm talking for Patterson.
Oh, for Patterson.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I just realized that he caught. And like I said, Patterson's catcher was a cleanup hitter. Who? Yeah, well, we've been a couple innings since a hitter got hit by a pitch. But Bernadou changes that as he's hit by a pitch and will go down to first base. That will load the bases for Brylan Jennings, the catcher. I said he was a cleanup hitter. He's actually the three-hole hitter.
Now batting number 9.
So he's still in the ball game somewhere. There's a curveball that misses. Jennings walked and scored a run in the second. He flied out to right field in the first, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the third. This pitch up and in. Ball 2. 2-0 to count. 1 out with the bases full of Lumberjacks. This curveball misses low and away. That'll run the count 3-0.
Well, Mello came in throwing strikes to a couple of batters, but he seems to have lost the strike zone.
He wanted another ball. Umpire didn't have any. Now he gets a couple balls and we'll start over. So Mello goes back to the mound. Gets his sign and prepares to deliver the 3-0 pitch. This ground ball hit in the hole between short and third, gets to the left fielder. 2 runs will score on the single by Jennings.
Number 5, Josiah Jennings.
2-run score there?
Yeah, because the bases were loaded. 2 runs scored. That was Taylor and Jones that scored. This popped up to the left field. Makes the running catch for the second out.
Nice catch. Who is that in left field? I didn't get the name.
It was Jackson at the beginning of the game. Okay, this is the 10th hitter of the 4th inning coming to the plate. It's Christian Bobbitt. He led it off with a single and scored. He's 2 for 3 tonight. His pitch misses low. That'll even account at a ball and a strike.
The Pine Lady Raiders have come back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to eliminate Berwick 7-6.
Oh, wow. Where is Pine?
I want to say it's, whoa.
Ooh, this hit right up the middle by Bobbitt. That's going to send a run home. Jennings will stay at second. Bobbitt has not been put out. Well, he's been put out tonight. He got caught stealing. But he reaches base for the 4th time tonight. 3 singles.
And he hit that ball hard.
Mm-hmm. This is a little soft liner that's going to bounce right in front of the second baseman. He's going to go to first. Not in time. And he slides under the tag. The ball was there in time, but he slid under the tag.
Indecision on the part of the second baseman.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 outs, you go to you take the routine play at first. He thought about second.
Didn't
that
need to.
hesitation allowed the runner to reach first base.
Number 7, Thane Dinger.
Corner.
16 or 17? I've got 17.
I got 17 also. They running late on them. They're doing pretty good with the count for the most part tonight, but they leaving them runners off. Good stop. Good job by the catcher all night tonight. That's,
yeah, he's had to work
Burden.
hard back there.
Yeah, it's not been an easy night on him tonight, but he's done a pretty darn good job of blocking that plate. And just right here, he just probably saved another run. 2-0's the count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. This pitch up high. Ball 3. At the plate is Thane Dinger. He is the 12th hitter of this inning. There's a curveball that breaks over for a call, strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Dinger has walked twice, reached on an error, and scored all 3 times. And he will walk again. That will load the bases. And that will bring to the plate
Number 19,
Luke Taylor.
We had a foul in play, and we had a pop out. That's it.
Oh, this one gets away from him, and he didn't realize it. Another run will score. He thought he had caught that ball. Didn't realize it popped out of his glove. By the time he did, Bobbitt had come down and scored another run.
And now, all of a sudden, we can start thinking about the possibility of a 10-run rule.
Yeah, we sure can, huh? Yeah.
You were asking where Pine is, by the way, Washington Parish. So that's north of Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, okay. There's a curveball for the strike. There's a base hit straight up the middle. 1 run will score. He's going to send a second one home. That's 2 runs.
Number 6, Roy Jones.
And that's a single. For Taylor, that'll bring Roy Jones to the plate. He walked his last time up and scored. That was earlier in this inning. He tips this one into the dirt. Strike one. And
we're going to get a change at first base at least.
Yeah.
And a change of catcher as well, as the catcher is headed for the dugout.
Gonna make some defensive changes here.
I don't have a 14 on the Franklin roster, but that is who is going to first base.
Okay.
Substitution at first base, number 14, Amon Butler.
Chris, they've got him up there with 19 runs for Patterson, but I'm showing him with 20.
I've got 20 as well.
Of course, we have to play 5 innings, so Franklin will have to bat at least one more time. So I think our catcher just went to the dugout and came back, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
On the first. Well, I got somebody that just came into the game over there at first base and tried to pick off move. Hey, Roy Jones at the plate. 0-1's the count. This pitch up high, ball 1. Franklin has 8 runs. So my book has a 12-run lead, but we've got to play 5 innings. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Roy Jones. Jones bats in the 9 hole. We'll go back up to Alex Haven. He stands on deck. Jones is the 14th hitter in this inning.
10-run inning for the Lumberjacks.
Yep.
10-8 when we started this inning a long time ago.
Right, I know, it's been a while. Well, like I said, 14 hitters. This is the 14th.
One pitch away, kid.
So previously 3 batters, 1's on base, 2 are out. That leaves 10, Chris. Runner is going. Pitch is up high. It's ball 4. So Jones draws a walk. We'll go back up to the top of the batting order. And
Now
Alex
batting number
Haven.
20, Alex Haven.
Haven has singled twice, walked and scored. And his last at bat was a sacrifice fly. He made the first out of this inning.
That was today, right?
Yep. That's called strike 1. Yeah, that was. And he made the first out, and he was the 6th hitter of the inning.
Wow. And we battled around to him again.
And then it was a sacrifice fly. So another curveball catches that outside corner for a call strike 2. Nothing in 2 on Haven. Officially tonight 2 for 2 with a walk and a sacrifice. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 20-8 the score. Patterson leads Franklin. It's a curveball that stays way up high to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. And 2 on. Deuces are wild. This ground ball. Mello scoops it up, flips it to first base for the 3rd out. And we will move to the top of the 5th. Took us a while to get there, but we did. Whew. Top of the 5th, Franklin High will send to the plate their leadoff hitter. They'll start with the top of the batting order, and Alonzo Alexander, followed by Jylan Jackson and Carl Madison.
Final home game of the career for 6 Patterson Lumberjacks. Alex Haven, Josiah Jennings, Carson Patty, Luke Taylor, Thane Dinger, and Roy Jones. And they'll be having a senior night ceremony for those guys right after the game. We mentioned right now Patterson would be the 22nd seed in Division III. If that holds and nothing changes at the top, they will be visiting Doyle in the first round. South Beauregard's the number 1 seed, the number 1 team coming into tonight, Division III. Kinder 2nd, Doyle 3rd, Sterlington 4th, and Berwick 5th.
Lumberjacks were able to put up 10 runs. Actually, the scoreboard showing 9 and a score of 19-8. My book and yours shows 10. He said they had 14 hitters. 1 was left on base, and the 3 outs. The others all scored. We make that point because should Franklin score 1 run, no big deal. But if they score 2 or 3,
they need 3.
Which could happen, in a game like this. Dinger